Hello my dear Taurus, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between May 1st and May 15, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. Today when I'm recording this, it's April 21st, so happy birthday to all you Taurus, because the sun has today moved into your sign. Okay, I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Zero Marketing, and I will start shuffling your cards. I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 Archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Taurus viewers. So I want my dear Taurus to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I also want to take the chance to tell you about the Aquarius meteor shower May 6 till 7 and the full moon in Scorpio triangling Neptune May 10. Jupiter in Libra has been going retrograde since February 7 and revealing all imbalances in your life big time. Mercury, the planet of communication, has gone retrograde in Taurus, your sign, since April 11 and now quickly moving backwards in all star signs up to Capricorn, revealing all lies that you have made to yourself and to others. Saturn has gone retrograde since April 9, revealing all the lessons being unfinished for you to finish, especially when it comes to things connecting to Sagittarius. How do you really want to live your life? Pluto is moving retrograde in Capricorn since April 22nd, revealing your worst fears that has the ability to rock the foundations in your life. So it's time now to face those fears and really put in the work. It will be your birth out of your own prison into the sun. And especially for Taurus, this time is that Sun in Taurus is triangling Mercury that is retrograde until May 16. No, not Mercury, sorry. Sun in Taurus is triangling Pluto retrograde. Pluto is kind of death. Big change, big psychological change, going deep within and do those necessary changes, healing yourself, like from the bottom up, and it's massive changes. Because Pluto is also retrograde, and this will go on until May 16. So that will affect you, but also everyone else. Okay. So my dear Taurus, I will tune in for a few seconds. Okay. This Taurus is your future. And this is your now, and this is the past. So the now is probably the first part of May 2017, but whenever you watch this, it's probably the exact right time to see it. The first card for you is Two of Swords. So Two of Swords is connecting to Libra, and I told you that Jupiter has been going retrograde in Libra since February 7. And revealing all imbalances. Also, Mercury has been going, Mercury, the planet of communication, has gone retrograde in Taurus since April 11, and it's going to reveal all lies. So this is how you are lying to yourself and others, mostly for the sake of peace. Yes, this is what we do. We keep our tongue beneath our teeth, and we choke ourselves with our anger, our irritation, everything that we would like to say, but we don't, because we don't want to cause World War III, and we don't want to lose people. We want to be nice. So here you are, hiding behind your mask and having a veil here before your eyes, so you don't have to see the ugly truth because if you saw it like head on, you really saw the imbalances and how you're lying to yourself and pretending that things are fine when they really aren't, you couldn't keep your mouth shut anymore. So we have the moon here, and the moon is a symbol for your subconscious, where you know everything, so you don't want to see this what you already know. So you have places in your life where you have illusions, or you are trying to see things maybe through pink glasses, making them more beautiful than they are, so you don't have to do anything about it. But this time when so many planets are moving retrograde, they want you to reveal this. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to blow up in someone's face. You can just start to say, well, that's a bit annoying to me. This is how I rather would have those things being made, or I would rather we take this decision, or I want to wait to take a decision, because sometimes the Two of Swords can be impartial, being unable to make a decision. You don't know what you want, so you don't know how to choose, maybe. And so you can also communicate that that you don't really know, but you don't want to be forced into something, or you don't want to cause trouble. You can also be very sincere about that. Say, I don't want to cause any trouble between us, but I'm really scared that this thing is going this way, and I need to turn to you so we can talk about this. So you don't have to make yourself like impossible to be with, or communicate in a way that make people hurt or make them feel like they have done something wrong. You can communicate your needs and what you are seeing, because it's something that you see that you don't want to see, in a very beautiful way that will actually strengthen your connection and not end the relationship. Okay. Two of Swords. Two of Swords is a little bit like having these two things in your head. It's a little bit like schizophrenia. It's called schizophrenia in Osho Zen Tarot. It's when you have like two sides of yourself. One is saying, I want to say this. The other one is saying, well, you don't have the right to. So it's like this as well. You need to start aligning with yourself. Just say this, what you have on your mind, and feel that you have the right to. Here you have a 10 of coins. So 10 of coins is about this with the stability and this with having the foundation in your life. And here it's what's going to be a bit rocked during this time. Your stability. This is the house you live in. It's your family situation, your place of work. It's a place of value. It might be something going back a long time, like a long time marriage, or a house you have been owning for a long time, or something that where you need to make a big decision about work, or about house, or about maybe moving in together with someone, or something similar to this. It's a place of value. It's Virgo, and it's a key. It's Virgo in Venus, and it's a key. So it's about feeling loved and secure, and finding solutions that's valuable. So the 10 of coins is a really good card talking about stability, but things that are stable right now, they are going to be like checked if they are really stable. You know, the ground can be really stable until there's an earthquake. So, and here we have the beautiful card of the Lovers. So the Lovers is this with having this beautiful connection between two souls, feeling the attraction, want to be together, being pulled together like magnets. So I think that you, with open communication with the Two of Swords here, starting to communicate, you can actually have a really beautiful chance of making this connection even stronger. So you have a snake here, and that's not trouble in paradise. That is death. Change from the foundation and up, from your feet and up, from Pluto, like the deep, deep things, and up. The snake is shedding its skin, its death as well. So it's evolution. Eating from this apple will evolve you into something that you have never been, and there's no resisting this. It's a change that's coming. It's like it's ready for this. It's you see this arrow falling down here. It's like happening with gravity. So Earth is just moving. The whole solar system is moving to a certain place in space where all those things are happening. It has to be revealed. It has to come up. It needs to be faced. So it's going to heal the connection between male and female. It's going to heal the connection between you not having this split personality. This is Gemini. Having this split personality anymore, being able to communicate, being able to... We have not come so far yet that we read people's mind. We actually do, but we don't take this seriously. We just feel it as like, you know, the subconscious is calculating what the other person is thinking and feeling. Sometimes we are way out, like we are jumping into conclusion, but sometimes we are dead on. We are feeling people's feelings, so we are actually telepathic, but we are not really trusting this, and we shouldn't, because as I said, sometimes we jump into conclusions. So communication about how you want to be loved and how you want to feel secure is very good here. To do this will give you a lot of victories and win-win situations. So this is you keeping peace in a very valuable relationship. Here's the Magician, so that's Mercury. And what did I say about Mercury? I said that the planet of communication has gone retrograde in Taurus since April 11, and it's going to move quickly through some of the star signs up to Capricorn and revealing all lies. And it's also going to, it has already like faced the sun, so there has been like an ignition here. We can see the sun symbol here. Mercury is going really close and fast around the sun, so therefore it's the planet of the communication, because it's bringing messages to the whole solar system. The Magician is about calculating, it's about creating, it's about having visions, it's about scheduling, planning, making plans for the future, deciding what you want. So it seems to be a very destined time where you shouldn't really lie to yourself, because what you create now is going to be the situation that you are going to live in for quite some time. So you need to be very sincere about what you really want, and because this is like when God said the first word to create the universe, like Aum sound. It's the words, your thoughts are becoming words that's becoming the house that you live in. So you need to be very in tune with what you want. This is being the creator, having massive power at your hands now. So people don't really realize this, but when we go this deep in our own selves, we are going to find our deepest dreams, and we are supposed to manifest them. We are going to be a planet of instant karma, so everything old has to be swept away. It's not going to be here anymore. You're not going to be a traumatized person anymore. You are going to be a whole person, and you are going to have this like fire hose of energy, being able to create whatever you want in your life. So you have this power now. So you really need to figure out what you want to create. You need to figure out what you want, and then you can't blind yourself. You can't you need to take decisions here. It's going to affect you long term, so they need to be founded in your true will. But don't be scared, don't be alarmed. It's not in a hurry. It just wants you to see this. What do I want? What I said with Sagittarius. What did I say about Sagittarius? My memory. Yes, Saturn has been going retrograde since April 9, revealing all the lessons being unfinished for you to finish, especially when it comes to things connecting to Sagittarius. How do you really want to live your life? So the time is now to pick this up, to find this out. So it's a part of the lesson. So you don't have to feel fearful if you don't know what you want, because this is the time when you're going to find out. Okay? Very beautiful, very red here. I need to show you this a little bit closer. Here we have the blue when you try to fix things alone, but here you really have some beautiful foundation to work from and communicate from. So you will see yourself and mirror yourself. When you mirror yourself in another person, that's more easy to see yourself. It can be as simple as a thing when you are going to buy new clothes and you ask the person, is this jeans the best one or the other one? And the person says, well, it's the other one, and you immediately feel that it's the first one that you want. So when you mirror yourself, when you see things in contrast to maybe what you don't want, then you will know what you want. So also take those feelings of fear as a guiding post, because if you know what you fear, what you don't want, what you don't like, then you also will know what you want. It's just this I don't want and this I want. It's just to change the direction of the compass. So the next card here is Seven of Coins. So Seven of Coins is about delays. It's about patience. It's about pregnancy. Seven of Coins is when you you have a lot of seeds, you put them to the ground, and you're expecting a harvest. But there might be some delay. They might take more time than you anticipated, and it might be because you yourself isn't ready, or you yourself haven't been making this firm decision. So maybe you need to wobble a little bit, like hanging on the fence a little bit before you can make a firm decision. And then it's like heaven are waiting for you. And okay, so we will wait and see what he or she is deciding here. And then we will help them manifest this, because you are dreaming the dreams. And that's the seeds that's being put into the ground. But the sun and the rain and the soil, the nourishment in the soil needs to do its work. And that's out of your hands. It's up to the divine in their different shapes and forms. So they are waiting. Okay, so what do you want to create? Are you sure? Because you need to be very sure as well. Because when you will get this, universe doesn't have a sense of humor. It's really blunt. It's like you press this button and this happens. So if you want something, you need to be rather specific, so you don't get like something that you actually said that you wanted, but you really didn't want it because you weren't really specific. I will take this history with my bathtub again. I wanted a big airy house on the top of a hill with a bathtub. So what did I get? After a long time of searching, I found this that I felt was my home. This was back in 2008, and I got a really big house, a really airy big house on a hill, on the top of a hill. The hill was actually it has been blown to pieces, so it's a lot of rock down the hill, because they were blowing off the top of a hill to put a house there. So it's a lot of rock, so it's not this beautiful hill that I imagined. And the bathtub was not installed because there was no bathroom. It was just standing in the hallway. So this is the things I'm talking about, details. I see this as humor. I don't mind. It's I just laughed about it. So, but sometimes it might be more serious than a bathtub in a hallway. It can be something like you wish for a partner, and then you will end up with your worst nightmare. Okay, so be careful. Not be careful of what you're wishing for. If you wish for a bathtub, you say, I want a bathtub. I want it to be like this. This is how I'm going to enjoy it. I want it to be situated like this. I want it to have... So you're more specific. Not just saying, I want a bathtub. I want a boyfriend, and you will get the boyfriend from hell. Or you say, I want a wife, and you will have a wife, but she will never ever want to have sex with you. Or she will... yeah, you know, you need to be specific. because this is a time where I see that you will be able to create whatever you want. So it's a time when you can fulfill your dreams. So it's just this last check. So you will know that you're sure before it hits off. So that was in the past. For some of you watching in April, this might be happening now. So this is the now, first half of May. So we have an 8 of coins. So this with the 2 of swords, where you're holding back some information or not really seeing the truth about your situation. This is when you actually grab hold of the problem and starts the necessary discussion with people. Also looking, looking at past experience. This is how you can use the past in a very beautiful way. See how you have been repeating certain patterns, and we can also see that sometimes when you get what you want, when you get this beautiful wife that you wanted, suddenly you don't want her. It gets too much, you get overwhelmed. So this might be a pattern with some of you, that when you actually get this, what you have been hoping for such a long time, you will be like, oh God, I don't want this. I'm scared. And so you can check, you can see, okay, so this have happened to me several times. I have been offered like the thing of my dreams, and I have said no to it. Or I have repeated this certain pattern in my life over and over again, and it has been very painful. And this is how I wished I would have done things. Because if you see, if you can look back and see how you wished that you would have been like emotionally mature and brave, you can see what you are supposed to do now to solve this situation. Because when you see how you didn't do it in the past, you can see that, oh God, I would have left that boyfriend. He was abusive. I can't see this now. And then you are in the same situation in this now, and you are not doing that. You're still not doing that. So use your past experience. The 8 of coins is really not about letting go so much. It's more the 8 of cups. The 8 of coins is more about fixing things that's broken. Actually, maybe talking to that abusive boyfriend and saying, this is my new list of boundaries, and you are not supposed to cross any one of them. And if you do, unfortunately, I will have to leave you because it's too painful for me to stay in this kind of relationship. Or you can be even less giving ultimatums than that. You can be even more careful, having patience, being like mother or father, being very patient with their children, or being like a school teacher, being very patient with their students. You can't chop their head off. If you want them to learn something, they won't be able to remember what you taught them, like I said to a Libra the other day. The 8 of coins here, it's actually about, maybe you can say it like this, like, I have one thing on my list I want you to fix. This is very important for me. I don't want you to ever call me this name again. And if you do, we have problems, okay? I love you, I want to be with you, but this is hurtful to me, and I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. And don't test my boundaries. And you can do it even more careful if you want. You can say, every time the person calls you the name that you don't want to be called, you say, I don't want to be called this thing. I'm saying no to this. And you say, I will go home, or now I will leave you and go to my friends for a couple of days. And you can be even less hard than that. You can just say, okay, I don't like that. Don't do that. So people have different learning curves. You can see this when you, if you could test me, for example, because I'm not a coffee drinker, but people, they want to have coffee when they come and visit me, and I don't ever remember if they want to have milk in their coffee or black coffee or sugar. So they have to tell me like 15 times before I get it, because coffee is not really part of my world. So when it's something that it's not in my interest really to fix this. I want to do it because I want to be a good host and be nice to my friends, and I want them to feel like I care. But my mind is not really it's not really triggered by milk in the coffee, black coffee, sugar. I don't know. So you might have to have real great patience and say this many times until it's like stuck. It might take 2 weeks for a person or animal or whatever to learn a new stuff. There needs to be like nerve endings changing inside of the brain to be hooked on new ways. In other case, they can't even understand what you have told them. So when I have horses, so when I train my horses, I train them, I do something new with a little foal, for example. I teach them to have like a rope on, being able to move them a little bit, and then I let them rest for 2 weeks, and I do other stuff. And after 2 weeks I will try this again, that they first maybe were really revolting against, even though there was not much pressure. But this other time they just, okay, fun, where should we run? So the nerve endings have been able to connect, like, okay, what was happening? It's like sleeping on it. So you can decide yourself if you want to have like the big shopping axe, or being the patient teacher that tells the same thing over and over again until the person like gets it. The next card is the Hangman. The Hangman is it's actually Neptune in the behind here, but I want it to be Uranus, because I think the symbol of Uranus is like the Hangman, and the Hangman is like school. It's the person supposed to be more educated, so they are stuck in school, and it's an investment, losing also the ego in some way, being able to mirror yourself. It's like time standing still. It's like this pregnancy again. Nothing really happens, but nothing really fun happens, but there's a lot of education. It's a lot of things being like born here or built here, or it's a lot of things being like investigated and turned on and looked from different angles, as with this 8 of coins here as well. So the Hangman is like a spiritual trap. Maybe you love a person that's totally impossible for you to live with, and what you're supposed to do is to learn a great deal of things from this relationship. Or maybe you have some issue at work, or something that has to do with your stability, your life, your root chakra foundation things, that you are unable to solve in the old ways. You need to find a new way to solve this. And it might be here you have money, here you're losing a lot of money. So for some of you, you need to sacrifice a lot to get your dreams fulfilled. See this as well, that if we want to make room for new things, we sometimes need to sacrifice old things. And it's time to move on. It's time to let go. It's time to be brave and face tomorrow and face changes and see that things won't ever stay the same anyway. As I've been told you before, we are ashes. We have our atoms have come from exploding stars. This is how they were made, coal atoms, for example, and they have been making this wonderful, beautiful journey to the universe, and then built your body. It's like a one-time event. Like, it's beautiful, but it's not going to last forever. You just borrow this body for a while, and everything you have is going to go to waste. Even if the house is surviving you, the house you live in is surviving you with 300 years, it will still be dust one day. So everything will turn to dust. So you can't really control anything. You can't hold on to anything. If it's time to let go, if it's time to move on, it's time. But don't rush into things. Contemplate. You seem to have a lot of time here on your hands. It's like the Magician is rushing a little bit, but with the other cards here, there seems like you have a lot of time. It's like you just need to start seeing this. See what you want to create, see what you like, what you don't like, and then start to give the lessons, or start to see things yourself. Just watch yourselves. what do I like, what don't I like, how did I react in that situation, what would I really had liked to say. So you just need to watch yourself, see yourself, and eventually start to do the things that you know that then you have built like a foundation for yourself, and you are really sure. So you don't have to be so schizophrenic here with this going back and forth, this Gemini thing going on with you, where you don't think that you are allowed to feel the way you feel, or that you are not allowed to dream your dreams. Or when you get it, you think, well, God, now I got it, so I didn't want this. Well, change your mind then. It's not a big thing. The the universe is actually like a big Gemini, the spirits, and you have like a million wishes. So you can wish again and again and again and again. You can change your mind. The next card, really central here, is the Six of Cups, and it comes underneath the Lovers. So this is, it's very beautiful. This is a very healing situation in your relationships. So things that's coming up to surface now, they just want to be healed. Welcome them as healing aid. It's like you get a second chance of fixing something, of doing something in a much better way than it was before. And it's not so much responsibility on you. It's more like asking you, what do you want? Okay, this didn't work out the first time. So what did go wrong? What did you want instead? Can you make a new wish? So it's more about you finding out how you want things and what you want to say no to, put boundaries to, and what you want to say yes to. It's not so much about you figuring out what's the problem and doing the right choice. It's not so much about that. It's more like aligning yourself with you, finding out what's making you happy, and how you need to be comfort, how you need to have support, how you want to be loved. It's so different from different people, what kind of needs we have. And this is those needs might not have been fulfilled at one time, and now you want them fulfilled. It's also about longing. I think you might long for someone from the past here. Maybe you don't want to tell them that you still are very much in love with them and still hope for reunion. You are giving them maybe time and space, but you still want them back. It can be this way for someone else also. Not speaking to you, waiting for you to come back, waiting for you to take another decision. And we can always change our mind. We can have been apart for a very long time and then decide, well, to heck with it, I want this person. And you reunite, even after a very long time. Okay? So, next card is Ten of Swords. So, Ten of Swords is being very fearful of your own creation. And it's also being very fearful of being betrayed. Like this with Mercury going retrograde and revealing all the lies. So, Ten of Swords is also a little bit like the Death card. And we saw also that, see here, you have Sun in Taurus triangling Pluto retrograde. So things that needs to be seen about how you have been hurting, about how you have been betrayed or let down or not feel supported. This is like your backbone being pierced with like 10 swords. So sometimes it can be a great loss, like we lose someone that was a big support of our lives and that made our lives more secure or maybe even worth living. And this Ten of Swords is like a recognition of that this person, this situation, this thing was very valuable to me. And sometimes we are very fearful of getting into situations that are valuable because we fear losing this valuable thing, as we know that everything is going to turn to dust one day. So what's the deal with even having it if you are going to lose it? But it's this thing what makes our life worth living. You need to love and have adventure and get a career, have children, have family. You want this. In the end, when your life is true and you are evaluating it, you are going to see what's worth something. And the Ten of Swords is also that kind of situation. You see that something is very valuable to you and you don't want to lose it, or you have lost it and you know now how valuable it was to you. So sometimes when we lose people, also with death, this can be reminiscing someone that has died. And when you cry over them, that's a homage to them. That's like showing them how valuable they were, this part that they made in your life. Also with exes, if you had like an ex-girlfriend 10 years ago and you're reminiscing her, you can see that how valuable this person were in your life. It's like an honor that you're giving to them. So your tears is honoring the things that are valuable in your life. So we can see here also the Two of Swords and the Ten of Swords. It's actually a progress. Here we have the veil over the eyes, and here it has fallen down, and it's like it's cloudy here. So there's still like, and he's really, he doesn't want to see the reality. Here you have the mask on and the veil for the eyes, but here it has fallen, but still the eyes really tied together, so you won't see the reality, but it's kind of there. So it's just to see it. Look this thing in the eye that you fear so much, because it's like a reality check. It's like, you know, this ending of lies, not lying to yourself anymore and saying, well, she never mattered anything to me. I was totally like, when she left, I was just like, bye-bye, and I never thought of her another day. And the truth is something totally different. It's like you die without this person. You don't want to live another day without them. So this is also the ego falling. The lies is for building up the ego. When you don't use lies anymore, this is also, it's mostly lying to yourself. It's not so much that a person is deceiving you. It's more that you lie to yourself about what's what, and what's worth something, and what's pain and what's not pain. So you can also lie about, no, it's not so difficult. She's really nice to me, actually. It's just those events that she's not really being nice, and I can cope with that, when you really can't. So that might also be a lie. So you need to do a serious reality check here. What is it that's worth something in your life? Because we are supposed to have valuable things in our lives, and we are going to lose them one day, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't fill our lives with things to remember, things that actually rejoiced our lives and made them treasures. So you had a treasure here and you're fearing of losing it. The next card is Judgment. So this is the dead rising, and so it's very possible that something from the past will come back to your life. Maybe someone that you have waited for a long time. It's also about the Judgment. It's also about seeing yourself. This is dying and this is being reborn. So when you have died, when you have actually face this thing that you didn't want to see, you kept your eyes so hard closed, and here it comes anyway, still with the eyes closed though. But with your higher being, you can be able to see this. It's going to come up here, all those things that you don't want to see, all those things. It might be people that you have missed, or opportunity that was gone, or things that you need to see about a certain person, or things that you need to see about yourself. It's coming here. It's going to stand up, and eventually you need to look at it as well, even if there's a lot of not looking here. But this is why we are going so deep now. This is why we are picking so much up with the planets moving retrograde, because we are supposed to see it. It's the year of end of illusion, so we are not going to walk around with our blindfolds anymore. This is like the apocalypse. Okay, it's like the apocalypse. Yes. This apocalypse is actually veil falling, illusions falling, people doing revolution as well, not longer being held like slaves, because they see the truth now. So it's like the prison bars also, free the prisoners. It's springtime, and the prison is you. It's what I said. You need to face your fears to be let out of your own prison here. This prison of yours. It's a teaching prison. So you're going to teach a lot of, learn a lot of things here. You just need to see it, and then you will be released. Okay. So this is in the now. You are working on something very, very beautifully and patiently. Something that's really valuable to you in your life, and you get second chances here of fixing this, of healing yourself, healing your inner child, probably. So the next line, it's the future. So the first card for you here is King of Wands. King of Wands is usually Leo. It can be Aries or Sagittarius as well. Sometimes it's a soulmate, and here it might be you finding your own soul, your own creativity, your own creator, being able to hold the fire hose of energy. You also have the horns of Taurus here. It's like it's almost like Aries and Taurus being joined together. It's very strong, it's very decisive, it's very like, now you're going to create something here, and it's from your soul. It's a bit dark picture. It's like he is a little bit threatening. The bad sides with the creator is his temperament, being maybe a little bit aggressive, jealous, controlling, things like this. But it comes here with the Two of Swords and Eight of Coins. So it's very calm background, like peace, trying to work on things for the long haul. But here the King of Wands is like a more decisive energy, that now I decided, I have found a solution. This is a problem solver as well, creator, problem solver. So now it's like things are moving on. You have taken a decision, you have found a solution to your problem, and you are going to try it out. This can also be like a fiery person returning in your life, or it can be like a passionate person that wants something, and you are more cool with this, and they are more passionate with this. So the next card is yet another king. So it's King of Cups. So I think this is about your masculine side. You have found out now what you want, because kings know what they want. They are not like second guessing themselves that much. If they do, they fall from the throne. So the King of Cups is the king of the hearts. So he knows what he wants in his heart. He's also become healed probably through this process with the cups and the Judgment and the Lovers here, and it comes underneath the Hangman and the thing that's valuable to you. So now you are in your heart recognizing what's valuable to you, what's actually valuable, not what you want to think that's valuable, but what you actually, with the reality check, is seeing that is valuable. So opening your heart, being like connecting with your soul group. This is Scorpio. It can also be Cancer or Pisces, or any kind of warm and generous person in your surrounding, showing you a lot of love and support, holding the emotions high and taking them seriously. So this is fire and water mixed together. So it's very passionate. It's very creative. It's like the original powers here. The next card is Knight of Coins. So it's reconnect. It's Taurus, of course, Capricorn or Virgo, and it's reconnects until the Eight of Coins. This Eight of Coins is a very willing to do the job, and this is like the poster boy for being willing to do the job. It's a Knight of Coins. It's a person having like one goal, being directed to this goal and working towards it relentlessly, like for the long haul, over long time, not really caring about obstacles, just taking the obstacles as stepping stones. Okay, so we are building this big house here, or this big castle maybe, and we have gotten some problems here where we need to use our mathematics skills to calculate this, how to solve this, and the Knight of Coins has no problem with doing this. They actually like it, and they are not so hasty moving. So they are more like castle builders than building like supermarkets really fast. They are more like for the long haul, something that will last, a foundation that will last for a very, very long time. It's also farmer, putting seeds to the ground. So it's connecting to the 7 of coins. Actually now taking those seeds and putting them to the ground. The decision has been made. Maybe sometimes they don't say what they want, what they have decided. They just go with it. So it's a little bit silent and stubborn and like very loyal energy. And it comes here underneath the Lovers and the 6 of Cups. So it seems like if you have a love relationship, it's for the long haul. Even if there's problem, even if there's some silence and indecisiveness, maybe time apart or not really well communicating, it seems like it's still on and still valuable for you. It's 2 horses here as well. Horses are your true emotions, and they are here doing, they are playing together. It's a very instinctual thing, playing together, getting to learn this thing. It's young horses learning how to play together. In the future, they won't be played, will be serious. So it's like you're learning by playing. It's like you're learning by doing a little bit. Maybe doing this careful thing, you know, not chopping people's head off, but actually learning by doing, having patience. Next card here is 4 of Cups. So it seems like you're still not really sure about what you want, or you still dream about something that you are not able to tell. It's like you're very afraid of your communicating your own dreams. Maybe you think that you are the only one that's going to believe in them. So this is the Ace of Cups. So it might be having dreams within love. Maybe you would like to communicate with someone and share your love, but you are so afraid to do this that you will be rejected and or shamed. Shame is a feeling from the ego. So if you feel ashamed about something, try to face it head on and just feel the big, like, the whole extent of the shame, because this is going to peel off some shell of this ego that you have, and it will be very healthy for your soul, will be able to take more room in your body. So face the shame, bathe around in the shame, swim in the shame, feel how it would feel if someone rejected you or said no to your dream, or said no to you, and see that it's not personal, it's just shame. And it has nothing to do with you. You don't control others. You don't control what they want with their lives. You only control yourself. And the shame is just a feeling. And it shouldn't stand away for everything that you dream of. So you should communicate your dreams. You shouldn't hold back and stay and let it be just a dream. Just because you fear this rejection or being shamed or being like saying no to. The last card here is 5, Fate card, so it's actually Taurus. It's the 5 month of May. So this is very spiritual card, and it comes underneath Judgment, so it's very Old Testamental, and it's 7 of coins, so it's like working on something for a very, very long time, using your judgment and using your experience. The Fate card has connection to the 14 Alchemist. 1 + 4 is 5. So making experiences and putting them into your library. So it seems like you have gone through something before that you can use as experience right now to make a firm and beautiful decision, very grounded in maturity and seeing things from above, even though you close your eyes here. But if you open them, you will be able to see things from above. So it's about making a very, very grounded decision, and also about having a lot of patience and seeing things. This is eons of time. It's long time. So it seems like you will give something a long time to being built really strong with its foundation. This is like the Library of Alexandria. It's having a lot of knowledge stored here. And it's also about maybe male authority, as maybe not seeing like outside authority as important anymore, but look at the inside authority, waking things within you that's actually going to put more experience into this library. When they come like revolutionary people doing a revolution, there will come new ideas, and the library will have even more knowledge. So it's like building on your knowledge. You're learning stuff here, learning stuff that you are going to that's been very useful for a long period of time. So it's a little bit unclear what you will do here. You have very much energy to your support if you want to do something, but it's like you're stalling a little bit. You may be being cautious, overly cautious maybe. You don't want to face humility, I think. You don't want to be humiliated. So you're not doing maybe so much at all. You're just working behind the scenes a little bit. So without anyone notice. So they can't really shame you. So face this with the shame feeling. It can be very healthy. So I will take some cards for you from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. See what's going on with Taurus. Having a happy birthday today. Sun going into your sign. Okay, so we have the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. So that's much like the Faith card. So try to be more like don't mind what happens. Be more grown up. You have a dream, and the divine wants you to have what you want. What you want wants you, but don't attach yourself to the outcome. Dream the dream and see what's come back to you. Dream more dreams and see what comes back to you. Don't mind what happens. Be more cool. Be more like happy, just being alive, like each and every day, having the dream and still being happy. Not just thinking about this dream, but also being in your body, in your own being, and not maybe doing so much, being more, so you can find your inner center, this place where you will feel forever healed, and whatever happens won't really matter, because wherever you go, there you are, and you are healed, and everything feels fine, even in the midst of the storm. So we also have the Lady of the Gift, so generosity with receiving, withholding. So she is a very strict teacher. She is talking about it's unallowed to be the ice queen. Okay, you're supposed to be generous. You're supposed to tell the truth. You're still supposed to have boundaries, like this castle here, this wall castle. Having your dreams, sharing them, but still like having boundaries, not being a victim just because you're vulnerable. So you can say to people like, well, I want this, but I also want this. It doesn't have to be a conflict. You can love a person but still don't want to be with them if they are abusive, for example. So being generous, being open, being giving, also to yourself, being able, with self-love, being able to build a castle for yourself if needed. So the Lady of the Gift is someone, it's usually this problem that we have, that we are like, we are people living in a tower and people hunting. So it's like being chased or being the chaser, and this it's like wants to be balanced. So if you chase someone, stop, and if you are being chased, reach out. Okay, so past life oracle card for you, trust and faith. You have the faith card here as well. So it seems like maybe you are a little bit over controlling. Maybe you want to fix things in your own way. You don't really trust the way that the universe comes back with things. So they want you to detach from your goals. Say what you want and see what comes back. You also have Native American here, becoming more like purely you, purely and honestly you. Not to try to fake so much, having a face. So we also had angels here. And you see this, it's the Judgment and Faith card, kind of coming again here with angels and trust and faith. It's a lot of angels here present with you. So it seems like it's a time when you have like all eyes on you, and they are very they are anticipating a little bit how you will do this, if you will make it this time. So have a little trust in your own creation. Just dream forward, be more relaxed, don't be so agitated. Try to connect with your inner being, meditate a lot of mindfulness, hours a day, hours upon hours. Try to use as much time as you can to do this during this period of time. So you can become more purely you, the true you, also the soul coming down in your body. Native American, all those native people, they have like shamanistic religions, so they were connected to the divine through their own bodies, and this is probably what you need to do as well. Become your body, follow your instincts, trust your soul, trust your longing, trust your needs. So that will be an invitation for the divine to enter you, your soul entering you, you becoming your greater self. Okay, my dear Taurus, once again, happy birthday. Your the sun moving into your sign today when I'm doing this reading, the 21st of April, and it's for this period of May. So thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting to my videos. It's very beautiful, and I'm very grateful. And I want you to take really, really good care, and I hope to see you again in the middle of May. Bye-bye.